That kind of nerd. Let's start the show with comics, movies, and technology. Here we go, bringing you the segments that you're looking for, like Cape Talk, Screen to Stream, Tech Perspective, and more. Cast this nerd degree and the blockbuster. Welcome to the club, cause you're that kind of nerd.
Welcome everyone to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a weekly show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, joined by Brian Thornton.
I don't know what to do with myself right now.
The Burnsons have split up for this week.
What do I do with my hands?
I don't know what to do with my hands either. I know we both have black cherry seltzer.
Where's Josh? Josh! I need you.
Yeah, Josh isn't here. I think he's
I'm upset.
I think he's investigating a strange happening going on in a mall right now. So
This is
good luck
going
to
to be a depressing episode.
Wow.
You know why? Because I won't get angry. I enjoy getting angry.
Oh, you'll get angry. Oh, there's stuff
Will I
in
get
here.
angry?
There's stuff in here for you to get angry at.
Well, I have not looked at the show notes, so try me, sir.
I want to start this show off actually just a little bit of just kind of a heads up. Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con is this week.
It's happening this weekend.
So Friday's when it starts, so we may be getting some news when we record the next week's episode, but then we'll probably do a bigger coverage if anything happens. But we talked about this a few weeks ago, Brian. I mean, what do we really expect out of Comic-Con this year without the major players?
I don't know.
Because
I mean, Marvel's there. I read somewhere that Marvel said that they were going to be there.
I know they're going to
DC
show off that video game that no one is very happy about.
There's going to be a Game of Thrones panel, like a send-off panel. I really just don't hope people throw feces at them based on the 8th season.
Yeah, I've been watching people.
I know Kevin Smith will be there to showcase Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Woo!
And that is all I know.
I'm also worried for the Game of Thrones panel that it'll just devolve into like Woodstock 99 or whatever it was.
Anarchy!
It'd be pretty bad. However, Brian,
yes,
I want to talk
CJ.
about the world of TV and movies in a segment that we call Screen to Stream, but it does have something to do with Comic-Con as well.
Oh, crossover topic.
Woo!
I like it.
So there is a two tweets in our show notes right now by the very famous Russo brothers.
Oh.
Right, those are
the young kids who did that Avengers movie.
Yeah,
once,
they
right?
they don't. I think they made a little bit of money with a movie once before.
I think some moderate success.
So the first one is a tweet that says 7/19/19, and it has a 39-second clip of people in Hall H losing their minds. They're like, "Of course we're going to show you footage. You fans have been waiting here for like a day to see this. So you're the best fans, and we present you Infinity War." And everyone loses their mind, right?
Right, that's 7/19/19. That's when they well, not 19. That's 2019. But so they're announcing something on July 19th.
They're announcing something on at Comic-Con.
What could it be?
So they put out that tweet on July 10th, and today, July 12th, they put out a second tweet. And all it says is 11 a.m. Now, Brian, I'm going to play the audio for you now, listener. But Brian, I want you to listen to this and tell me what immediately comes to mind when you hear this.
¿Dónde?
Esta es la biblioteca. Me llamo T-Bone, la araña discoteca. Oh, I love this.
Biblioteca es un bigote grande, pero manteca.
So, for those who are uninitiated with this, the Russo brothers, while being famous for Avengers and while being famous for Captain America, were also famous for their involvement in the cult classic show Community. Now, Community had a slogan: 6 seasons and a movie. Now, I know we don't like to admit it, but there was a season on Yahoo, a streaming service on Yahoo, which was the 6th season. So all that was left for us Community fans was a movie, a promise and the hope of a movie. And knowing that they have this Hall H thing on the first tweet and then the famous Biblioteca rap on their second tweet, I am hopeful that they just teased a Community movie.
God, I hope so. That would be amazing.
Now, if you haven't watched Community, first off, go ahead, do that. And if you have, and you're like, wait, the Russos are involved with Community? Yes, they are. Remember the paintball episodes? Remember like the best episodes of like the whole show?
Yeah, they wrote a lot of those episodes.
Yeah, that's the Russo brothers. They're known for that. So
they got their start in TV with Arrested Development and Community, and before they became directing superstars of $3 billion movies. Man, oh my gosh, if this happens. I would just be so. It's got to
Right?
happen. If it's gonna happen, it's got to happen right. Like I got to have all the cast back. I got to have Donald Glover back. I got to have. I mean, the only one I will assume won't be coming back is Chevy Chase.
Yeah, that didn't end
But-
very well for everybody involved.
Everybody else needs to be back, and like Joel McHale and Gillian Jacobs and Allison Brie, I'm sure won't have any issues. It's really Donald Glover that I'm worried about.
Right.
With the success he's had as his rap career, Childish Gambino, and him being Lion King and multiple other movies. Like I just
Lion King is the one right now to be like, I really can't show up at a panel. I'm in fucking Lion King right now. Like,
Right.
just being like, oh, I know you're too big, but like, come back, please, because this show was awesome and you were a great part of it, please.
like I really hope they're able to get him back.
But listen, if it's anybody who could get him back, the Russo brothers right now, with their relationship with Disney, like I
Yeah.
think you can totally be like, hey,
well, this was an NBC show,
right.
So if it's a movie, it's got to be through Universal.
Right, but I'm just saying, Donald Glover and them could at least have some back channels through Disney. Be like, hey, how are you? We're both really involved with that. We'd be good.
I think you think studios get along way
No,
too
I
better,
don't. Yeah, it's
and they
very
don't.
true.
They don't at all.
So I'm hopeful. I'm excited. I'm ready to get let down. But man, I'm really excited. I hope this is a community movie.
Yeah, me too. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
One of my favorite documentary series available right now is I Am. There's been I Am
Groot.
Wow, I Am Groot. There's been I Am Heath Ledger. I Am Chris Farley. They've been very great. Very intimate documentaries.
So two. There's been two. But are there more than those two, or are those just the two that you don't that you can remember?
Those are the two that I can remember.
Okay. Well, yeah. Can you tell me if there's more than two? Is there like I Am Sam I Am?
Richard Pryor.
Oh, okay.
I Am Paul Walker.
Ah, all right.
I Am Heath Ledger. I Am Chris Farley. I Am JFK Jr. Oh wow, there's like a whole bunch of these.
Oh, there you go.
Fantastic. All right.
CJ, you got some shit to watch.
There's a very popular documentary series on the Paramount Network, but let that be. Called I Am, and then the subject. So there's I Am Paul Walker, I Am Richard Pryor. My favorites were I Am Heath Ledger, I Am Chris Farley. They were very good, very well done documentaries. I really give you insight into the people that they're covering, and they're launching a new one with Patrick Swayze. So they'll be doing a documentary on Patrick Swayze, kind of talking a little bit about his life. Is it called
I Am Roadhouse? It should be called I Am Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. I Am Patrick Swayze. I personally am not, but the documentary is called I Am Patrick Swayze. Will be airing on the Paramount Network. I'm sure you probably have access to it if you have a subscription from a major provider.
If you have a cable provider, you have it. It used to be Spike TV. It's now the Paramount Network.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. Okay. Now I learned something new. The documentary will be appearing August 18th at 9 p.m., which actually they have back-to-back airings of Ghost and Dirty Dancing to do this, to bookend this documentary.
Oh, like they're airing Dirty Dancing and Ghost?
Dirty Dancing.
They should be airing Point Break and Roadhouse. What the hell?
I don't know what they have clearance for. I'm not in charge of this.
They should do a just full-on Swayze marathon. You start it with Point Break. Swayze Day. You start it with Point Break, then you do the mushy love like Dirty Dancing, then you do the documentary, then you do Ghost, then you end it with Roadhouse.
Do you want to do Ghost after you talk about a documentary that involves his eventual death?
I mean, if you're gonna play Ghost at all, it's kind of
might as well.
You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
If you do it beforehand, you're like,
yeah, you're like you play it beforehand, it's like, oh, this documentary is pretty heavy-handed. You play it afterwards, you're like, this is kind of in bad taste. But it is, his most famous movie besides the aforementioned Point Break and Roadhouse. But you end with badass, and you end with badass, and you have all the mushy stuff in the middle. That's how you do it. Paramount, you should hire me.
There you go. Again, hire Brian Thornton.
All movie studios. I will freelance. I'll do the rounds. I'll just do laps. Put my 2 cents in on everything. I got you.
So when I was at Spider-Man Far From Home the other week,
which time?
The first, second, and third time.
Okay.
I saw the trailer for the movie Hobbs and Shaw, which my brain still goes Calvin and Hobbes, right? It's not. It's Hobbs and Shaw. That movie looks stupid. It looks
fun.
Utterly ridiculous, and I'm so excited to see it, Brian.
Yeah,
okay?
It looks like so much fun.
And looking at this going, I'm losing brain cells as this trailer's happening, but I cannot wait to sit through this movie.
I kind of love Idris Elba's character so far in that movie. He's just it's gonna be fun.
Whatever they're doing, I'm all for it. I'm there. Okay. When I watched the trailer for the Meg, I was like, Jesus Christ, this one's gonna be. I mean, I guess this is gonna be my
Speaking
life now.
of Hobbs / Shaw / the Meg / Jason Statham / Labradoodle.
Yes.
I wanted to be known. Have you seen this bottle cap challenge bullcrap going on?
Yes, I have witnessed.
Jason Statham, who is known for kicking.
Yes, known for kicking. JSK
kicked the water bottle cap off of the bottle, and it is in recorded format.
Yes.
More proof that Jason Statham is known for kicking.
JSK. All right.
Continue.
The reason I'm bringing up this whole Fast and Furious thing is because we got some news from Fast and Furious 9 that
that is going to be 9. What catchy title is this one going to have?
I have no idea.
The Fate of the Too Fast and the Too Furious 4, 5, 17.
I bet it's going to have something to do with squared. I don't know.
Ooh, if it's the Fast Cubed and the Furious Cubed, how great would that be?
The Fast and Furious Cube.
Because it's 9. It would be. I mean,
That's
3
right.
cubed is 9. Ooh.
So glad we brought up the math. Fast and Furious 9.
Universal, hire me. What the hell are we doing here?
We got a picture from Ludacris welcoming John Cena to the cast.
John Cena,
which he called his new brother.
Oh, that's sweet. But how can he know if he can't see him?
I know. I don't see the picture that they have. It's just Ludacris's back.
I'm curious how we're going to introduce the idea of the self-driving car in these movies now. Since apparently you won't be able to see John Cena behind the wheel.
Can't see him.
Do we know what role he's playing?
We do not.
I bet you he's the bad guy / good guy / bad guy.
Like The Rock was in the movie. You're like, I think he's the bad. Oh, he's the good. Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Right. Well, I mean, the good guys are the bad guys in those movies because your good guys are actually bad guys who just happen to be maybe working for the government. So if
that's right, started off with Vin Diesel being the bad guy, but then he was the good guy.
Yeah, but he's also a bad guy.
I guess so.
My point is John Cena is going to be the good guy who's actually a bad guy, but really in terms of good and bad is actually a good guy fighting against the bad guys who seem to be good guys because they're the main characters, but they're actually really bad guys. And the reason because of that is because we had Hobbs join the crew because he became part of the family, and now he's actually technically a bad guy when he started out as a good guy. So you can't have a good guy turn bad guy and not have a new good guy to be the bad guy for the good guys, bad guys. And what's funny?
No, hold on. That was damn good.
Play that back because that will make sense.
It tracks. Hold on. I want the listener to know. Listeners, I have my chalkboard up here, right? I've got my red string. What Brian just said completely tracks. Just so we're aware. Fact check it. I dare you. Not going to find another man better to explore Fast and Furious than that. That was incredible.
I'm good. I'm good when I need to be. Hey, I can pull it out.
Yeah, you did. I also would like to note that this movie will also see the return of 2 Oscar winners, Charlize Theron and Helen Mirren. I keep forgetting she's in this.
Yeah, she's the Shaw's mother.
I think so.
She was introduced in the 8th one as the Shaw's mother. Charlize Theron's coming back?
Yes.
So is she the bad guy?
Oh God, please don't do this again. I don't know. I haven't seen.
Well, she would be a bad girl.
No, please don't.
Well, she was a bad girl in the last one. Anyway, you think she's going to be the antagonist? Or you think she's going to join the family for some reason?
I've got no way. I haven't seen the last
Maybe she becomes Dominic's new babysitter when they were like, hey, I mean, you kidnapped him. Obviously, you can take care of the kid. Can you watch him for a couple hours while we go drive some cars?
The last time I saw a Fast and Furious movie, Paul Walker was still alive.
Oh, you didn't see Fate the Furious.
I didn't see like 5, 6, 7, or 8.
You legitimately stopped watching when those movies started getting good.
I want you to realize
I need
what
you to
that
watch these
means
movies.
is the first 5 are bad.
No.
And it finally got good around the 6th movie.
All right. Here's the thing.
That's what that means.
No. I'm going to set the record straight because I have to defend my brother Josh, who cannot be here to defend this franchise because we all know how much he loves this franchise.
Very true.
The first one is good. The first one is really good. The first one, as you know, is Point Break with cars. We love Point Break.
Yes.
First one is great, right?
Yes.
The second one is, I wouldn't say trash, but it's no bueno. And the third one is slightly better than no bueno. It's a little bit higher than Too Fast, Too Furious. And then the fourth one is good. It's just not as good as the first one. With Fast 5, they got good, like to the level of the first one again, and they have been consistently getting better I would argue Fate of the Furious, the 8th one, was not as great, but it also, there's a weirdness without Paul Walker in the franchise. But so, according to my calculations, that is 6 out of 8 movies that are rock solid. Good storylines, a lot of fun, big action, cool cars. That's all I want from these movies. I'm not looking for Oscar-worthy performances. Otherwise,
well, you should. There's 2 Oscar winners in there.
I mean, you do have some, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Yes, I understand.
So in terms of what I'm looking for from a Fast and Furious movie, these movies are great. 6 out of 8. You can't go wrong there.
I do also.
You need to finish them.
I do want to note that we're given an opportunity and we're given a star, but what the movies giveth, they taketh away. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will not be appearing in Fast 9.
He won't.
He will not be in Fast and Furious 9. He's already confirmed it that he will not be in that one. Now Fast 10 down the road. Oh God.
You know what's funny about that?
Probably will be in there.
The whole controversy between him and Tyrese and him having beef was because, The Rock cares more about this spinoff with Hobbs and Shaw, and they have to delay filming Fast 9 because of it.
Yes.
But now he's not going to be in Fast 9.
Right.
So all of this was for naught.
Well, I don't know about for naught. He said, The Rock said, quote, at the end of the day, the truth is there is unfinished business between Hobbs and Dom, and it's unfinished. So, I mean, they'll come back. It sounds like he'll be back. Listen.
No, that means he's saying he's still pissed at Vin Diesel for the shit he pulled on the Fate of the Furious crap.
Again, I don't know. I don't follow this movie.
You've got to follow the drama. It's like wrestling. You got to know what the story's about, man.
If you don't know the latest thing, you can't follow. Honestly, the other part too is Hobbs and Shaw's going to do very well in the box office. It just is. And they're obviously going to do another one of those, and he'll just probably do that thing, and then maybe at one point they'll cross over again and be like, "Hey, we're back. Okay, bye."
Yeah, because you know what The Rock is really good at? Punching dudes.
Yep, The Rock is known for punching.
You know, The Rock is known for punching.
Oh my God, we got
Jason Statham is known for kicking. So you cover all of your bases.
It's the
between Hobbs and Shaw.
It's the perfect.
But you
match.
know. You know what The Rock just kind of looks silly doing? Driving a very small imported automobile.
A very tiny car, yeah.
Like, I love The Rock, but like every time he's in one of those movies, he's driving a fucking tank. Right. He's driving a giant Hummer. Like
I think he's in a Lamborghini in Hobbs and Shaw's trailer, and you're just like,
yeah, but he's not driving.
Tiny man getting there.
But that's a perfect example. Right. You see him in that car, and you're like, I suspended my disbelief for a lot of this. Wait a minute.
I believe that they can slide under 2 tractor trailers and not get squished.
I also believe
Samoan man did not get in there that quickly.
I also believe that Idris Elba is a superhuman. Like, I get that. I'm on board with you, Hobbs and Shaw. But when you put The Rock inside a tiny Lamborghini, I'm not so sure about that.
Where do his like shins be up on his chest? I don't know.
I feel like his shoulder length alone would take up the entire front seat, and they still fit Vanessa Kirby and Jason Statham in there. That's in the front. Like, there's no way. Like, Vanessa Kirby, I can't even say would be in The Rock's lap, because The Rock's lap is too fucking huge. There's no room between his thigh and the dashboard. Like, I don't buy it. I'm going to see it, but there's some CGI shenanigery going on in there. And that's my point.
Again,
that's probably why he can't be in the Fast and
Furious
Furious
Brian
movies.
Thornton for your movies. Fix these issues ahead of time. Brian and I are both big fans, as is Josh, of a certain actor, director, and writer, Kevin Smith.
Yes.
Brian has already mentioned, hey, Jay and Silent Bob reboot is going to be coming out soon, and some footage is going to be shown at Comic-Con.
We're going to get a trailer next week.
So very excited for that. However, there's a part of a dynamic duo when you get Kevin Smith, and that is his cohort in crime, Jason Mewes.
Yes, Nooch to the Mooch.
So Jason Mewes, obviously known as Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, they love to do cameos together. He's always usually playing some kind of dumb or stupid stoner person. I cite Zack and Mary Make a Porno, as well for some of Jason Mewes' roles that he plays. But the man has taken it upon himself and said, "Hey, I want to be seen in a different light, and he has directed his own movie in which he plays an alternate version of Jason Mewes that wants to be taken seriously and doesn't want to be a stoner anymore. I feel like this went a little meta. It's called Madness in the Method, and when I was watching the trailer, not only do we get the great Kevin Smith, but we also get a little cameo of the late, great Stan Lee, who calls Jason Mewes a knucklehead in the trailer. Listen, by no means am I telling you rush out and go see this movie and, oh, yeah, it'd be great, even on the A-list. I'm like, you're probably going to watch this on, like, Stars in, like, 3 months when it becomes available.
I wouldn't be surprised if it just drops on VOD right away.
Yeah, it's I'm not saying the movie's bad, just like this is not a movie that's going to get a wide release.
No, I mean, but let's be real. I mean, even Kevin Smith, who, by all rights is more widely known than Jason Mewes, is a lot of his stuff, his movies rarely go into theaters, or they go into limited release, and they get dropped on the Blu-ray and VOD very quickly, and I'm sure this is going to be very similar.
But it looks nice and charming. If you like the actor Jason Mewes, I think you'll get a kick out of the actual movie itself. We also see some cameos. Some friends from Clerks are showing up around about. A couple stand-up comedians popping in as well. But again, if you want to see probably one of the last Stan Lee cameos, this is one that I would definitely recommend checking out.
Oh my God, I just realized it's so sad.
What?
Like, his first cameo was Mallrats, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. No, his first cameo was in the Incredible Hulk TV series.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's not.
I was going to say
his life is not bookended by
with
Kevin
Jason
Smith
Mewes and Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
that would.
Hey, Brian, guess what? I just got some updated information about Madness in the Method.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be released in theaters on August 2nd, and also on demand the same day.
See, I fucking told you.
So there we go.
Jeez, I'm so smart.
Again, hire Brian Thornton.
Seriously.
Just do it.
Hire Brian Thornton.
Right, anything you want to say about this movie?
I haven't seen the trailer. I mean, I'll check it out. I mean, listen, I'll support the guy. The guy worked very hard to, get clean and start changing the perception of people of he's not just some,
stoner man.
Stoner.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll support him. If VOD, I mean,
hey,
if it costs me $4 or $5 and 2 hours of my time, yeah, I'll do it.
He's definitely not addicted to heroin anymore, right? But he's certainly addicted to Legos.
Yeah, he is a huge Lego fan.
The other thing
he and Kevin Smith have a YouTube series now. I think it's on Fandom, and it's What's in the Box, and they're just
unboxing shit.
They're just unboxing toys, and it's just like, well, why can't I do this?
I was just
saying,
look at this going, God damn that. What choice in my life did I make incorrectly that got me to where I am? There is one thing, though, that I thought was really funny and just kind of a tip of the hat to what you're currently doing right now, listener. There's actually a little scene of them doing their podcast in the movie, and then they do a live venue.
They do Jay and Silent Bob Grow Old.
Yeah, so that's you get to see a podcast in the movies. Hey!
Oh my gosh, this movie is so meta.
And you're listening to one right now. And finally, in the world of screen to stream, Netflix is saying that they are going to be working on their biggest movie ever. And it sounds like it's a little bit sarcastic when they say that, because have we heard about this Martin Scorsese movie coming out? Sounds like that's going to be the biggest movie on Netflix I've ever seen. But the biggest movie ever, which is titled Red Notice, will be starring the three blockbuster actors, Gal Gadot, Ryan Reynolds, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
So I get Black Adam, Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman in the same movie.
You get three DC personalities.
Sign me up.
Sounds pretty good. The plot is basically explained to as this: an action-adventure film revolving around the pursuit of the world's most wanted art thief.
I'm guessing Ryan Reynolds is the art thief.
Oh yes.
No. Oh, and what if Gal Gadot's the art thief? What if it's a buddy cop and Gal Gadot's the art thief? Which I am totally on board for, because here, couple reasons. A, I love every single one of these actors.
Right.
They're fantastic.
Yes.
B, I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is fucking hilarious.
He's got great comedic timing.
I would really love to see him flex his comedic muscle with somebody other than Kevin Hart.
Yes.
And Ryan Reynolds is amazing. I think they could play off each other extremely well. So if it is, in fact, the two of them are chasing Gal Gadot, that would be awesome.
Now, I want to also let you know there's one other person involved behind the scenes for it. It's a name you won't know, so don't worry about it. But it was the man that was in charge of Central Intelligence and Skyscraper.
Well, there you go.
Collaborating with The Rock.
But Central Intelligence. Did you see Central Intelligence?
I did not.
Oh, that movie was great.
It was Kevin Hart. I just couldn't do it.
I really enjoyed that movie. Did you watch the trailer for Jumanji 3?
I did not.
Let's talk about that. Watch the trailer for Jumanji 3. Have you seen Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle?
Yes. I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it, correct?
Yes, I did.
Watch this trailer.
All right. The next level.
Several bad puns later.
Oh my God.
How great does this movie look?
I just watched the trailer. Dude, this looks fantastic.
So, like, going back to the fact that, like, The Rock is just so good.
God damn.
And you watch that trailer and you watch him channel this, like, old curmudgeon Danny DeVito.
Oh,
it's
man.
so perfect. And you know what? You can say whatever you want about Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is good in that role.
Yes.
And just in that trailer, him doing his Danny Glover impersonation, it looks like so much fun.
I really liked the reboot. Is it technically 3? Is this really how
this is technically 3?
I really like Jumanji 2 a lot. Like way more than I probably should have. And I don't care. I love Jack Black in that movie. I love The Rock, and I loved Kevin Hart in that movie as well. And obviously Karen Gillan is fantastic in everything she does. But this just takes it to another level because they're going back in the game, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I've seen The Rock be like a character, and I can't wait to see Jack Black do his like high school girl thing again. Yeah. And then when they subvert the expectation, Brian, and give me different characters and give these actors a different opportunity to do something different. And the work that Kevin Hart is doing in this trailer is fantastic.
He's like, oh, is he having a stroke?
Is he having? Look at my thighs. Look at my
thighs. And then The Rock's like, yeah, look at your thighs. Look at your thighs.
And what I do like about this too is that the Karen Gillian's character is now the leader in this. Yeah. Instead of being The Rock, it's now led by Karen Gillan. And giving her time to go ahead and shine. This is a great trailer. This is a great movie. I want more of these. Give me one of these every year. I'll be fine with that. Keep popping out Jumanjis and Fast and Furious and Transformers. 3 movies.
Marvel.
And Marvels. Well, Marvel's a given.
I'm just saying.
Oh, that was really good.
Right?
It's really good.
So my point being,
go watch this trailer.
Go watch this trailer.
Pull over. Sit on your neighbor's yard. Watch this trailer. You will not regret it, I promise.
If they were in their car, why are they getting out of their car and then sitting on their neighbor's yard?
You walk around your neighborhood or you drive to work. So if you're walking.
Oh, okay. So there was a comma.
Yes.
Pull over, comma, sit on your neighbor's yard.
So pull over if you're driving.
Right.
Sit on your neighbor's yard if you're walking.
There's got to be that caveat there, because what you said was pull over, sit on your neighbor's yard. It sounds like I'm pulling over and then sitting on my neighbor's yard. Oh, okay.
Okay, here's what I need you to do. Pull over into your neighbor's yard, right? Park on your neighbor's yard and watch this movie. If you are not driving, steal a car.
And then park on your neighbor's
yard. Yes. No matter what, I need you to ruin your neighbor's yard. It's not that hard.
Preferably with a car.
Just promise me one thing, listener. Don't do any of that. And if it's too late, we don't have a legal department. Jimmy, do we have a legal department?
And we are also not liable. Jimmy, roll the tape.
Jimmy says we do not have it. He's giving me the no. We don't.
Jimmy's just an intern. I don't know why you have him handling legal affairs.
No. I didn't know if he if he made my request to get someone from legal, but we don't have anybody from legal.
Okay. Well, that kind of nerd is not liable for anything that you do because CJ thinks he's funny.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good life lesson. Well, listen, since we just talked about Jumanji, let's go ahead and let's put on our jungle attire, grab our machetes, and let's go exploring the Amazon.
La Savannah, Amazon used to sell books. I am not The Rock. I am not fit to explore the Amazon.
We obviously know that Amazon is developing a Lord of the Rings series.
Oh, yes, we do know this.
They're working very hard on that, but apparently they really want you to understand that they really appreciate Lord of the Rings. So, Amazon Studios.
Guys, we really, really love Lord of the Rings.
Just want to let you know.
No, I know you have 14 hours of movies that were done pretty much perfectly, but we really, really, really like it, guys. We really think it's great.
Well,
we read all of the books.
Yes, they did not.
It's gonna be wonderful.
They really want you to know they didn't just Amazon the Cliff Notes. They actually read the books. Okay. Now, Brian,
Tom Bombadil is gonna be in this movie. We guarantee it. We know you were upset that he wasn't in there, even though he is a nothing character that adds nothing to the story, and he lasts for 2 chapters in Fellowship of the Ring. He's gonna be in there because he's important.
now Brian, all joking aside, we've had, just like you said, many an hours of good Lord of the Rings movies, right?
At least 14.
But you know what we haven't had a really good one of? Or let me try this again. You know what we haven't had a really good Lord of the Rings themed product yet?
Oh, underwear. Thermoses, neckties, socks.
First off, you haven't seen my Hobbit underwear, which makes
Russian
me
dolls.
all fuzzy. No, Brian, it's an MMORPG.
What?
Right? We haven't seen a good one of those. They made one once, and apparently
they made one that was garbage.
It was
a lot of
pretty bad, right? A lot
of Lord of the Rings games are bad, with the exception of I haven't even played Shadow of Mordor,
there was
but I hear
one
it's
on
great.
the GameCube I really liked.
Yeah, that was Return of the King.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the
one
Return
a
of the
lot.
King game was fantastic.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, everybody did.
So Amazon is developing not only the Lord of the Rings series, but also a Lord of the Rings MMORPG. For those of you
Wait, since when did Amazon start producing video games?
Yes, I know, right?
And can someone send the memo to Amazon that MMOs are not in anymore?
Now, for those of you who don't know what the hell we're talking about, that is a massively
Massive
multiplayer
multiplayer.
online role-playing game.
Yay! It's World of Warcraft. It's World of Warcraft because World of Warcraft is the only one that has done it successfully and continues to grow in... it hasn't even grown. I can't tell you the last time I heard anything about World of Warcraft.
I heard something, but that's only because I listen to weird shit.
But anywho...
But Brian, this as yet untitled video game will be free to play on PC and consoles, and promises to present players with a, quote, new immersive game experience for epic exploration of the vast world of Tolkien.
I've seen them walk around New Zealand before. I'm good.
A new immersive game experience with the epic exploration of the vast world of Tolkien.
You're not selling me, dude.
This game will be set prior to the events of the trilogy, and will be
which trilogy
of Tolkien's trilogy. But ready for this? It will be completely unrelated to the TV series.
Well, of course, it has to. You can't have them intertwined. Otherwise, you have to follow a specific story, and MMOs are not linear stories. That's the point. Doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that I'm going to spend my first 5 missions killing boars in the woods because I need to get to level 3 or something ridiculous like that. This is not a good idea. This is going to fail. This is going to do what every MMO has done since WoW became huge in like 2007.
Stop my roommate from going to classes and then eventually drop out of college.
I skipped classes to play freaking WoW. That's how big it was. It is going to slowly limp along for a couple months. You're going to have the diehard people into it, and then it will eventually die.
Much like the ring being thrown into the fiery pits of Mordor.
Okay. A, fucking creepy. B, yeah, kind of, I guess.
Okay, right. Makes sense. Well, listeners, you guys know I have just one hobby in the world. It's one hobby. I go around the internet, I find the weird, I find the obscure, and they ask this Yahoo right now for his tech perspective. Brian Evelyn Thornton.
I would interrupt you, but you just interacted with me. This is upsetting. Yes, CJ.
There is a new Nintendo Switch.
But I already have a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, but this one's called the Nintendo Switch Lite. And it's a smaller, cheaper Nintendo that's exclusively for handheld playing.
What's the catch? What do I lose?
So, why is it called the Switch in your brain? Why is it called the Switch?
It's called the Switch because I can switch from handheld mode to docking station mode and have it play on my TV as well.
The other thing you could take off the controllers, right?
Take off the Joy-Cons.
And you can put those together to become one massive controller.
One controller. You can separate them into 2 separate controllers, yes.
What if I told you this new Switch doesn't do any of that?
Well, then that's not a Switch.
But it's
a handheld
a Switch
device. That is it's a 3DS Switch. It's not a Switch. It's just a portable. It's Nintendo PSP. What the fuck?
So this is a fully powered
full-fledged
Switch, right? Just cannot be hooked up to a television. It's basically for handheld only, so you can't take the Joy-Cons off of this. And listen, it comes in at $199. So it's $100 less than the base model Nintendo Switch. It's also a little bit smaller. So the scale for this is if you take one Joy-Con off your Nintendo Switch, that's how wide the Switch Lite is. It's actually
does
light.
It play? It plays all the Switch games.
Plays all the Switch games.
Okay, listen. If you do nothing but portable gaming, then this is a great idea for you. But the whole appeal of the Switch and the thing that makes the Switch as wonderful as it is the versatility of being able to play it on my TV, and then if I gotta go on the go to the bathroom, go to my rooftop party,
right?
I pull it off and I pick up right where I left off. That is legitimately the marketing campaign and the appeal of the Switch.
Now, Brian, there's two things with this that I also think you need to be aware of. It has a much better D-pad in the left-hand corner. I heard that's a complaint of the actual Switch. The D-pad's not great.
Barely use the D-pad,
right?
But
this one's better. This does not come with the kickstand. There's no kickstand on this. You must hold it the whole time
because it's a portable system.
Right. Here's two things I feel about this, and one of them is a little bit of a nerdy thing. Nintendo. All right, listen, if you have a PlayStation or multiple PlayStations, or you're lending someone a PlayStation's got a great way to have cloud sync save progresses of your games.
Yes,
no matter where you're
wonderful.
Playing. Xbox has that as well. It's fine on Xbox. It's not great, but
Nintendo has yet to do it.
Nintendo says terrible. They basically have nothing in place for this. So if you, Brian, with your fancy Switch, right, we're playing it, and then you said, hey, I'm going to Comic-Con, or I'm going to go down to Florida, and I want to travel with something a little lighter, and I can hold it the whole time, and I don't need the one that plugs into the TV. You could grab this and be like, yay! But then you go to load up your Breath of the Wild, you're like, where is my game?
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, again, the whole point of the Switch is so that I can do that with just an inch. It's just an inch and a half bigger.
I want you to think of this.
It's not even an inch and a half bigger.
Here's what I want you.
You're telling me to take off one Joy-Con?
Yep.
The legit width of that Joy-Con is maybe an inch. I legit can just grab my charger, pull off the screen, put it in a bag, boom. I can take it to Comic-Con. I can take it on a plane, what have you.
Now, Brian, we also know people who have young children, not young children, but children that are old enough to play a Nintendo Switch, right?
Yes.
And when you maybe look at the price point of a Nintendo Switch, what are we looking at?
What is it? $300 for the system?
$300 for the system, right?
Yeah.
Now, one thing about it is it's kind of dull and doesn't have a lot of color options, right? So add some color to it.
But I mean, you got your Joy-Cons.
Yeah. Take it down $100 and think about what's coming up. That's the holidays. And if I told you could get a brand new Nintendo, right? That isn't like a Game Boy. I mean, it's an actual now full-fledged Nintendo console, and it's only $199. That's a really good...
Don't get me wrong.
Right.
This is marketing genius. Nintendo's going to make a shit ton of money.
I'm going to tell you why it's not marketing genius, Brian.
Why?
They missed the best marketing opportunity in the world. Why isn't this called the light switch?
Oh, you're an idiot.
The Nintendo light switch, Brian.
No.
We've missed the boat. Nintendo marketing, you've missed it.
This is a genius marketing move. As per usual, Nintendo knows exactly what the hell they're doing.
It's not even spelled L-I-G-H-T.
They know exactly what they're doing. They are releasing a smaller, slimmer version of their system that parents know has been all the rage. Their kids have probably been bugging them for a Switch for the past year and a half, and they didn't want to plunk down $300 on it. Now they get to save $100. They get to go into, and I guarantee you, knowing Nintendo and knowing retail as we do, there will be some sort of bundle option around the holidays, on Black Friday. Hey, get this and get Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Oh my gosh, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like I'm a genius.
Zakan and Zarbarashaf one.
My point is,
it looks nice.
These parents, I'm sure it looks great. I mean, these parents are going to go get it, and their kids are going to be extremely happy. What I'm saying, listeners, is if you are not getting this as a gift, if you get it as a gift, this is perfect. Hey, high five the person, hug them, thank them, and enjoy the hell out of it. But if you are going to buy a Switch, the appeal is to be able to do it as a portable system and as a console. If you're old enough that you're buying your own Switch, then you're old enough that you have your own television, your own place to live, hopefully, and that is the appeal of it. That is what you're going to use it for. That is how I use it. I play it just as much on my TV as I do portably. You know what's wonderful? I can be home playing my Switch on the big TV. My fiance comes home, says, I don't want to sit here and watch you play Mario Kart. I want to watch HGTV. All right, that's fine. I pick it up. I'm still playing my game. She gets to watch whatever she wants on the TV, and we still get to be at least in the same room together. That's the appeal of the Switch.
I think I'm buying this.
Of course you will.
And I'll tell you why. I can't play video games on my TV.
There you go.
I have children that come in and be like, I want to watch Vampirina. I'm like, you can watch that on the iPad. And then I look at my iPad and it's all cracked and busted. I'm like, oh, wow, that's a busted iPad. So for $199, I can either buy a new iPad, which my kids will eventually break shortly after I buy it, or I can buy a Switch Lite for myself and do it. The other thing, too, like, look at the design of it. It's actually very nicely designed. Like
I've seen the design.
It looks nice.
No, I am not saying this is a bad idea. I am not saying this is not going to be successful. I am not even saying that it looks like trash. It's great. It looks wonderful. I'm saying that if you have the choice and you have the choice and you have the extra $100, buy the standard Switch. It's worth it.
Well, since we're talking about Nintendo things that don't look bad and don't look awful and look like they're going to be successful, let's talk about something that looks like a Nintendo product that is bad, ugly, and not going to be successful. And that, of course, is Nike. God damn you, Nike. You're making a Nintendo 64 sneaker. And
Ew. What makes this a Nintendo 64? Because it has power and reset on the top?
Listen, it's here's the thing. It's not an actual Nintendo 64 sneaker because, copyrights and all that stuff. But it's a Nintendo 64 sneaker.
That's terrible.
Look at the color. I mean, you gotta look, listener. I would tell you to go to the show notes, but don't. It is a gross gray-looking shoe that happens to have a blue and green stripe going through it, kind of like the blue and green of the Nintendo 64 controllers, and it's got the red start button like you would on a Nintendo 64. It's a pretty ugly shoe. We found it. This was sent to us. This was sent to us from a listener saying, "Look at this shoe. It doesn't look awful." To which I said, Yeah, looks pretty bad.
Oh, it looks terrible. I'm finding the comments.
Oh, please.
Much more entertaining. The top comment is, if it was a true homage to the N64, they should have shaped it to accommodate 3 toes, and you could try to figure out where to put the other 2. And then someone else says, it comes with a 3rd shoe that is shaped for neither a right nor a left foot. Nike intends for sneakerheads to place the 3rd shoe on display. While a lot of people think the 3rd shoe is supposed to be in the middle, real sneakerheads realize that the left foot goes in the 3rd shoe and the left shoe is only for special occasions.
Oh, you guys, you know the Nintendo so well. Oh, the comments were better than the article. Yeah,
the comments were way better than the article.
I took my Nintendo 64 down to Florida when I was on vacation and played with my nephews who are 14 and 12, right? And had them play Smash Brothers, the original Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, you mean that one that I kicked your ass in?
And I did have the one janky controller that I was just like, I don't know who's going to be player 4, but I'm sorry. Good.
There's always that one controller.
There is. Everybody has one. Some people have 2.
Yeah, this looks terrible. This it looks so ugly. Who sent this to us? Who has sullied my eyesight with this?
Oh, Sway.
Ugh. Oh, Sway, you're better than this.
Now, listeners, when I go around the internet and I find it weird and I find the obscure, there's sometimes I'm like, wait, that's not a thing, is it? And this leads us to our final topic for today. Pablo Escobar's brother is in a feud with Elon Musk. I want to reiterate that. Pablo Escobar's brother is in a feud with Elon Musk over, Brian, a flamethrower. But not a flamethrower, but a flamethrower.
Is this going to be season 5 of Narcos?
I feel like this would be the part. So Elon Musk, for his boring company, which I again kudos on that name. I think it's great. Put out not a flamethrower for helping to get his project a little more funding, get awareness for his boring company that he has. It is basically, I'm not even kidding you, it is a aftermarket airsoft gun that they just gutted and put enough material inside of it to, shoot at a small flame from it. Well, Pablo Escobar's brother says, no.
Does Pablo Escobar's brother have a name?
I'm sure it's Roberto.
Roberto Escobar
said, wait a minute, I recently launched my own product that's extremely similar to this, and he is demanding that Elon Musk pay him $100 million, or he'll take him to court. Now, Brian.
Yes,
this was an airsoft gun that Elon Musk just bought, 50,000 of, and just put his own thing on it. It was a commercially available product. But I want you to go to the website for Pablo Escobar's brother, which, by the way, I can't believe this is an actual website. EscobarInc.com. I mean, okay, that's a thing I learned about now. And look at this flamethrower. It's. I wouldn't trust this thing at all.
You trust Elon Musk's flamethrower?
Yes, because I've seen it in use. What do you think Pablo Escobar would think right now if he knew that his brother had a website that was called Escobar Inc. right now? Oh my god, the fucking favicon for Escobar Inc. is the famous mugshot of Pablo Escobar. Oh dear god. What are they doing? Pablo Escobar's, Roberto Escobar's flamethrower is $250, and I think Elon Musk's flamethrower was around the same range.
Hey, well, you know what? When you got to burn all those drugs in a real hurry, this will work out just fine, right?
It's so dumb. Two guys just fighting over a flamethrower. That's not a flamethrower, by the way. I just really need to emphasize that.
Oh, I felt the need to click the video, and it's just a chick in a bikini with this thing. What the hell?
Chick in a bikini shooting off a little flamethrower.
Well, I mean, if you need to sell it, then that's how you sell it, I guess, right?
That's how you sell it. Yep. Elon Musk had a party where you made s'mores with his. I think that's a better way to sell flamethrower.
I would much rather have s'mores, especially since I'm dieting.
I can't believe.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
I really thought it was an Onion article. I was like, oh, clearly this is fake. Like, Roberto Escobar isn't going to start Escobar Inc. Legitimize that name, that brand, and then be like, you know what we should do? We should totally sell a flamethrower. Because we've had no problems in our family history with law enforcement or anything like that. We should totally just sell a flamethrower. That will be fine.
I'm saying, I can't wait for the narco season on it.
To make it happen. Also, $100 million?
For what?
For stealing this idea. He wants Elon Musk to pay $100 million.
I don't understand what stealing the idea of a flamethrower, because that's existed for a while.
They both, but look at the design of it. They're both saying, hey, we both had the idea to steal that airsoft gun that we could just buy off the market and do whatever the hell we want to with it and put a propane tank on it.
They both built fire potato guns.
Right.
This is ridiculous.
He also said if he takes him to court, he said, Roberto Escobar said, and I quote, I don't mind becoming the new CEO of Tesla if we win a judgment in the courts. I'm sure that I could run Tesla into profits.
Is that an option?
I don't know.
Can Elon say, no, I don't want to pay you, just take my company? Is that how that works?
I don't know.
Can he offer him an egg in this trying time? That's an It's Always Sunny reference.
I didn't know that. I apologize.
Okay.
All right, well, that's all we have. I've got nothing else. Josh will not be back next week, so it will be Brian and I yet again for another week, but don't you fret. We have a lot of things coming down the pike for next week. So I want to thank you, listener, so much for making this your walk around your neighborhood or your drive to work, and we will see you next week. Jimmy, roll the fame.
Well, welcome to the club, because you are that kind of nerd.
You know, since you're a convert, I think you might enjoy this. I got myself a seltzer.
Oh, that's so cute. You know why?
Why do you have
I got myself an adult seltzer.
They're both black cherry.
But it's the hard seltzer.
Oh, yours is the hard seltzer.
It's the hard seltzer, and then I got a raspberry lime to cool off after the black cherry.
Ah, well, we both went with black cherry. That's very good sign.
They're both hard, though, so we'll see how silly I get. They're 5% alcohol.
Seltzer makes me belcher.
Gross.
Bad boy is a different connotation than bad girl.
Bad boy.
I didn't want to.
You make me feel so good. Anyway.
You know what one of the quests is going to be, right? Taking the hobbits to Isengard. Guard. Bam, 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 bam.
I don't know what you reference when you do that, but that's not the first time you've done that with me.
You've never seen they're taking the hobbits to Isengard?
No.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. God. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
That was stupid.